next up on my list of really looking forward to is Dragon's Dogma 2, and we got a little bit more information on it at the Tokyo Game Show. So they gave us 9 minutes of footage, and they explained to us some of the things that we can see in Dragon's Dogma, and it looks like we're getting a game that's very similar with a few extra bells and whistles on the end. So one of the things that they've added is that the environment is going to be a bigger source of tactics, I guess you could say. One of the examples they gave was they are being attacked by a Cyclops, and they throw an explosive barrel at a kind of a dam or sort of thing, and it actually breaks the dam, and that causes the water to flow downstream, washing the Cyclops away, which is obviously a great way to get rid of a big enemy. So that's really cool. Another example is they're fighting a Cyclops next to a cliff. There's a bit of a canyon, not a very wide chasm, but a small little chasm. They actually knock the Cyclops back, and it actually grabs onto the other side, and they can use it as a bridge to get across the other side. So that's interesting. I'm not sure how much of that's going to actually be in the game, because that does seem incredibly ambitious. So I'm going to keep my expectations low for that. One thing they did show that I do think could actually be useful, though, is somebody grabbed a harpy and used it to climb up to a higher elevation. That's pretty cool. You could definitely grab onto harpies in the original game. And they've also shown somebody riding a griffin, so we'll see how that all goes. They also showed us the 4 starting vocations. So the 4 starting vocations are going to be the fighter, the mage, the thief, and the archer. So in the original game, you basically had the fighter, the mage, and then the archer and the thief were combined into one kind of ranger class. Now they are 2 separate classes. The fighter is going to be your standard starting off sword and board kind of character. They got a sword and maybe a mace in one hand. They've got a shield in the other one. This is going to be your tank character. You have the mage, which is going to be good for range. And one thing that's actually really cool is that the way they do magic in Dragon's Dogma 2 is that normally in a lot of games, for a stronger spell, it's just going to take up more stamina or take up more MP or something like that. The way it's working in Dragon's Dogma is that spells have incantations. So basically, you need to prime a spell, and then you can cast it, or it takes a time to charge it up. More powerful spells are going to take longer to charge up. So you need to be a little more tactful in how you're going to be using your spells, because you can't just use them immediately and then wait for a cooldown and then use it immediately again. It's no, you have to actually start your incantation, get through your incantation. And then the archer is going to be your standard kind of ranger class. Your archery, you can use hail of arrows, that sort of thing. And then the new thief class is going to be your dual wielding class. So the dual wielding and the archery was the same.